Hey, it's good. I'm doing a rough draft for the toxic horse chimera deck that I showed to you guys in the short. So there is one sleeve that's not filled yet. That's for the enchantment that I that makes the whole infinite loop. So I'll show that to you guys. The card anyway. So this is the side that you really care about. So, but that's the name. So, but yeah. So I'll go through the deck and just kind of explain what everything is and kind of how it works and what you're supposed to do with it. So yeah. So there's Archon, which makes the infinite loop with that enchantment. So because each Pegasus that enters is a 2/2 enchantment because of the enchantment that I showed you guys. So it creates an infinite loop, and so in order to get or stop it, you can make an X amount of tokens, and then either exile it, bounce it back to your hand, or destroy it. Which there are ways of doing that in here. So, or the other alternative is just burn your opponent for each creature in enters the battlefield. So, which is also a possibility. So that's two different ways that you can do it: is exile Archon or just burn your opponent. So, yeah. And then I have a few outs to the getting rid of it. So you can phase it out, which would be an option. Or there's always the sword or path to exile it. Destroy it. Oh, that's a sorcery. So that wouldn't do anything, but that's still a good card though. Or exile it and then return it to the battlefield. I think returning it means that it doesn't. It's still like it still enters, but it doesn't cause anything to trigger. So just like the phase out basically. So, but yeah. So there's that. And then next is search cards to help get to the pieces. So this searches for the creature, which you can search for Archon. So that's basically all that this does. Demonic Tutor, Vampire Tutor, which puts it to the top, which isn't very good if your opponent's playing a mill deck, but it is what it is. And then Imperial Seal. So, but the good thing about this is that you can do it during your opponent's end phase, and then hopefully be able to draw into it. So, but yeah. And then, yeah, this, which also searches. And then this can also search for it just puts two creatures onto the battlefield. So you can put the Archon onto the battlefield with this, or give creatures protection. So, but this, you name Archon and then you could cast it from the top of your library, which is another way that you could get onto the field. Or you could, bring it off of Shadowfax because Archon is a 3/4, so if it's the proper functions for Shadowfax. Or you can bring it off of the Boar God. So whenever it attacks you, you put a creature onto the battlefield, tap and attacking. So there's that. And then just some protection stuff. Player of Fortitude, Flawless Maneuver, Kindred Boom, name Archon, give it indestructible, and yeah, so. Chroma's Will, which gives it protection from everything if you catch your, or have your commander out, so. And then, more protection. And yeah, so now for the rest of these stuff. So basically giving yourself protection for, with this, and then giving your opponent an extra turn. So during that extra turn, they still can't target you. So yeah. Life gain. Creature tokens you control have or get vigilance and +1/+1. Less sanctuary. Protection against burn damage, basically. If your opponent's playing burn damage. So double strike and lifelink. Or 2 times the amount of mana. So instead of 1, you get 2 for each land that you tap. So just for something funny, make all your creatures get +X, so just make them gigantic. Starheim Courser to help kind of reduce the cost of artifacts and enchantments, basically. More +1/+1. If your electoral is really like gigantic, you can make more Pegasus, basically. So 1 ring and Splendid Tide. So that's it for that. There's still more cards for the main deck, but just doing separate orders. So Rise in the Day, and Hammer of Furfurus. So these are your 2 haste cards outside your commander. So, which can give haste as well. Trample and haste, but mainly haste. So, Caster's Crusade, Elixir. This can help shuffle back anything, so including your search cards. If you need them again, you can shuffle them back. So, when our creature enters, you get 1 life, so more life gain. Crested Summer. Some burn damage, which doesn't do a whole lot, but it's, something. Authority Consoles. Soul Ring. Adamant Will, more protection. More protection cards while you try to do your combo. So, Tori Mauler, Vanquisher's Banner, Door Destinies, Destructor, Chimil. So spells can't be countered. So if you have this on the field and then you play Archon, then it cannot be countered. Same with if you play the enchantment, then that won't be countered either. So you can create that infinite loop without having any issues if you choose to do that. So more +1/+1 spell reduction costs and draw additional card. Move Pony. Chromatic Lantern, with it being 4 color, then it will help out a lot. So yeah. Stallion, Nightmare, more buffs to your creatures. Nightmare, and then the other room, creature you control or cast have Convoke. So this is actually a pretty good room card to have in here. And then the other card. So during the second main phase, if it's tapped, you may put a permanent from your hand onto a battlefield. So that means anything. So you can put Archon, the you can put this onto a battlefield. So because it doesn't say creature, it says permanent. So yeah. So that's essentially it for the deck itself. Lands is just typical lands. Nothing too exciting, just fetch lands. And then shock lands. A few triomes, cavern souls, name Archon, and yeah, so. Reflecting Pool, Valkyrie, and then the Clue lands. They're not great, but they're, decent, so. And then the one Assassin's Creed land, so. But, yeah. So that's essentially it for the deck itself. For a rough draft. Once I get the one enchantment in the mail, then I'll be testing this out and seeing how it does, and hopefully be able to make some people mad. So that's what I'm hoping for with this. But I'll see how it goes once I get to doing that. But anyways, yeah. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later, I guess.